everyone, and welcome to the video. I'm Professor Amanda, and class has officially begun. So we are into the second stage of the Gymbreakers World Cup, and we have the matches between Belgium and Singapore. And this was actually a very, very close matchup. CountXevious, our dean, was basically the last on the team to play, and he was up against two very good players, and it was to determine who was going to make it on to the next round. So we have CountXevious here with us. He's going to kind of walk us through his thought process and how he played out these matches. Hi.
Hi.
So walk me through here. What was going through your head at this stage? There's a lot of pressure because you like to play your games, or I don't know if you like to, it just kind of happens this way, that you play your games later than everyone usually, it seems.
Yeah, well, in more cases than not, I play usually depending on if I am in a position to take pressure away from somebody else or something like that. Like I do offer to play earlier if there's somebody who's at the end who's having the jitters.
That was always me. Yeah, I hated being one of the last people in the cups.
But I like the pressure. I do better under pressure. I learn faster. So I know that something's at stake and I have to adapt. So it's okay for me. Learning from this team, it's actually I had no idea what to play. I knew my Lapras does well against some of his Pokemon as a switch-in, but I know that he also would know this. So game one, I just went blind in the essence that I'm just gonna pick 3 and I'm gonna see what he wants to play and try to counter that in game 2 and 3.
Ah, interesting. Okay, so you're kind of leaving it up to him how he favors playing.
Exactly.
Okay.
I want to see his gameplay and then I'm going to adapt based on that.
All right, well, let's see what he goes with game 1. Okay, so not a good lead for you.
Yeah, definitely not. So I put Venusaur in a safe swap. This is
It's
definitely
normally a good safe swap, but he has a pretty good counter to it with Obama Snow here.
Exactly. So basically, at this point, what I want to do is I want to take a shield and then die. And so I go for the Sludge Bomb. If he shields, it's good for me. If he doesn't, it's a lot of damage on the Obama Snow.
Yeah,
so
there's
now,
tons of damage.
Yeah, it's a very good stat product of Obama Snow because it didn't KO. But now I'm just gonna farm down with Stunfisk. I know that this is a Weather Ball because he did not have enough time to farm my Venusaur. So yeah, so now I just go straight for the Earthquake against the Medicham because a lot of the Medichams do run Psychic Ice Punch. Psychic doesn't do a lot of damage. Ice Punch is, not that great.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's like most of the Medichams, if they're running these, that they're only getting the damage from the fast move.
Yeah.
Ah, this was interesting on his part. So you flipped in your Medicham and he switched to the Galarian Stunfisk as well, but it's not a good matchup in that.
Yes. I'm hoping here he doesn't shield this.
Ooh, and he does not.
Yeah. So that's why you use your fighter as a fighter. So it gives me a little bit of advantage, but I think I would have won this match had I gone straight for the Earthquake on the Stunfisk. But now it's going to be him throwing Psychic versus my Medicham having a Dynamic Punch, Ice Punch.
And you even correctly called the Psychic. Sometimes it's really hard to tell if they're going to bait or not.
Yeah. So here, it's going to be really close to the point that it might even come down to CMP because he will want to double shield. And I tried to catch here.
Yeah. He was waiting for it, it seemed.
Yeah, he's a very good trainer. He was elite. I think we have had a few finals before. He kind of knows my gameplay. I mean, I'm not sure if he remembers, but I kind of remember his gameplay, and we've had very close matchups.
Yeah, I think I played him once in one of the cups in India as well.
Yeah. Here, I think that what was my learning experience was, this is bad actually. This was the unlucky part. If I did not get the defense fall, I might have been able to get to double Ice Punch.
Yeah, I think I could tell that that's what you were going for, and yeah, but the defense drop made it almost impossible because even though the counters shouldn't be doing much damage, if you're weaker, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. So basically, I now know that he likes his Abomas now. So I'm gonna bring counters to the Abomas now because it did a lot of work. Of course, it died really fast, but it ruined my entire safe swap strategy with Venusaur. I also noticed that he's using Medicham and G-Fisk, so maybe I thought Venusaur could have play, and also G-Fisk. Basically, I'm hoping that he's going to run double ice or something gimmicky to take me off my guard.
Yeah, I mean that makes his lineup was fairly weak to your own Medicham, especially now that he knows that you are running.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm expecting him to bring a Frostlass.
Yeah. Let's see if we call it correct here. So Galarian Stunfisk lead again into a Frostlass.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a good lead. I don't know.
Your backline's kind of weak to Frostlass, so you want to get it out of there.
I want to get this out of my way. I don't know how he's going to play it, so it's going to be difficult. As you see in most double ice strategy, what they do is they don't shield their Frostlass, and they try to get us to commit to shields. So I commit a shield, and he tries to catch the Rock Slide onto the G-Fisk.
You feel so good when you can actually do it, but when it doesn't work, then it's a bummer. And now he knows you have Dynamic Punch, so I'm curious to see how he will play this out.
I know this is an Earthquake. I'm not going to shield. I need shields for my Venusaur because I'm afraid of Abomasnow at the back.
Oh yeah, if he's going double ice, then you might be in trouble.
Exactly. So I know this will KO, and I know he's going to bring his Frostlass. Basically, I know that he's at a range where Dynamic Punch is going to do a lot of damage. Mm-hmm. He countered very well here. If I had thrown the Ice Punch, he would have had to commit a shield. Yeah.
Ooh, and then you see the Abomasnow, so you're going to stay in. Get as much damage on him as possible.
Yeah, there's no other choice here.
Yeah.
I can't go into my Venusaur. So basically, at this point, what I'm thinking is, all right, I can tank a Weather Ball. I'm going to save a shield for Venusaur, and worst case scenario, try to Wine Whip them down.
So even here, that's so gutsy. Did you know that you would survive that?
Yeah,
or were you just hoping?
I was hoping I would survive. I did not know I would survive. I had a very high stat product, Stunfisk, and now I know I win the game because, of course, I can tank a Weather Ball. I also have a shield. Frostlass has no energy whatsoever, and I will get to Frenzy Plant before he gets to the next Weather Ball.
But you're still not taking any chances, not farming up any extra. Just go ahead, get to the Frenzy Plant, throw.
Yeah, because the Switch Timer is almost up for him, and I didn't want to, take a risk.
Mm-hmm. All right, very well played. It's now 1-1.
Yeah.
So I don't know if everyone knows, but Gymbreakers is a little bit different than just a regular tournament. If the regular tournament, you are playing a game and you win the first two, then you've basically won the set. It's true with Gymbreakers as well, but every round counts for a point, and even if you end up losing a match, that extra point can be the point that your team needs to advance you on to the next round. So you guys, again, you're our last player to be playing. It's 1-1. What are your feelings on the last round against Xtmin?
I decided to go totally off books. I wanted to play my Shadow Gallade. What I wanted to do here was I was expecting him to go double ice again. And I knew that if he's leading Frostlass or Medicham, which was his leads, Gallade is going to have a really good time against him. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping he's going to lead one of those, or Galarian Stunfisk. In that case, I would close combat and dip out, or maybe he wants to do something else. But he calls my lead, I think. This one, I remember he goes Abomasnow.
Oh yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, he calls my lead, and he also calls my bluff. I remember this because I was really pissed off at myself.
But yeah, that's not something that sometimes your opponent just really gets in your head, and they know what your win conditions are, and they really need to take some risks.
Yeah, like for me personally, I thought my Gallade would survive this, but it's an Abomasnow high attack. And also the reason why I was angry was that as I told you earlier, my thought process was like, I'm just going to throw a close combat and dip out. But I changed my mind when I saw the Pokemon. I don't know why.
Yeah, no. But they kind of made a mistake-ish there. They were trying to make you think they had the energy ball, but they just threw the weather ball and then died.
Yeah, exactly. Here, Venusaur is very good against my team.
Yeah.
I need to get it out of the way. So I charge up all the way to a Skull Bash, and then I'm going to Surf. He doesn't know what other move that the other move I have, so I'm gonna do two more, and this is the counts for Ice Beam. Hopefully he thinks I have Ice Beam and Shield again, fingers crossed. And he shields again. This is great for me, and I switch into Stunfisk because Frenzy Plant hurts more on the Lapras than on the Stunfisk.
Yes. And the Stunfisk can get to rock throws or rock slides pretty quick.
And this is a mistake I made. I got greedy.
Ooh.
The rock slide would have KO'd.
Yeah.
And this match would have been over. Unfortunately, I got greedy. I also made a mistake of thinking he was lagging, and I did not click my move because if it goes to a dispute, it makes sense. This would have been an easy win for me if I had just thrown the rock slide because I already had a surf saved up. It would have been I would have got to rock slide before the Frostlass got to an avalanche and the surf to kill. It was close, but yeah.
It's really amazing how and you probably knew it right after it happened too. The minute you got to the frenzy plant before you threw, you said, crap, like I had this and I kind of let it slip.
And because he did not switch into anything after I switched in my Galarian Sunfisk, I kind of knew, okay, I lost this game when I knew he had a Frostlass at the back.
That's an interesting lineup actually too, now that I'm thinking of it on your side too, because he played Medicham, but you played it so your backline was also very weak to a Medicham. So you were really counting on the fact that he was going to do double ice. He did do double ice, just not in the order that...
I was hoping, this game would have been straightforward for me if he had led Frostlass. It would have been the easiest win of the tournament. But you never know, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, I find this, what you were saying was like, so you had a game plan, but then when it wasn't what you thought it was going to be, then your plan kind of goes out the window. I did it similar in a previous cup, Marsh Cup, because I'm an idiot, and when I'm picking my teams, I click the OK, or at least I think I do, but I click the X, and it goes to the team that it was pre-saved. It was like a Sableye lead, and I was like, I didn't even want to play a Sableye, and so it was probably still also a winnable match for me, but my plan went completely out the window.
Yeah, that's why I've learned over the course of the years that first one, put out a solid team, see how the opponent plays, and then adapt. Adapting wins you matches. So the next one is pretty interesting because of the fact that I think I needed to win the set for us to progress, and it was critical that I pulled this win off, or else we were going home.
The team looks interesting. It's got some spicy stuff on it, but still double ice.
Yeah. So basically, I learned from my previous matchup how to deal with double ice, and it really helped. To be honest, it really, really did help. If I didn't play Xtmin before this, I might have lost this game. You will see how I adapt towards dealing with double ice.
So, do you remember your thoughts for the first game of how you wanted to play it out?
Well, first game, my main concern here was just Crafty, because I couldn't lead Galate into their lineup. I would have loved to lead Galate because, as you can see, it has like 3 very good matchups against Frostlass, Gengar, Venusaur, and G-Fisk. But I also thought that, all right, if he is going for double ice, maybe I should lead something that's okay. So I think I led G-Fisk. G-Fisk has decent matchups. I think it picks up 5 of his 6 I count the mirror as a bait dependent.
Yeah, of course.
So I think I led G-Fisk into this.
It's a pretty safe lead overall, I've noticed in the Nightfall Cup. Oh,
okay, I went Frostlass and I'm into Frostlass. This is the worst possible thing you can see.
Yeah, so but you're very quick on the swap.
Yeah, I swapped in the Frostlass, in the Lapras, and he was delayed a little bit. This gave me this immense advantage in energy. Now I know I can flip this matchup in the 0s, 1s, and the 2s. So I'm not going to shield my Frostlass, my Lapras. My Lapras is good to go. It doesn't matter. All I want from him here is a shield. And if he doesn't shield, I win this switch.
Yeah, you're in a golden position right there. So
yeah.
And I guess that they probably switched into Stunfisk anyway, because seeing your Medicham, they realized it could become more of a liability than anything. But yeah, I think those the couple second delay in switching really cost him a bit here, because you
Yeah.
know that even if this is an earthquake, that he'll bring in the frost blast. So
He can't get to an earthquake. I knew that because I was counting.
okay.
And either ways, Frostlass does not like dynamic punches, of
No,
course.
I mean, yeah, frost blast is really glassy.
Yeah.
It's such a fast attack, but so you dynamic punched and immediately switched into the Galarian Stunfisk.
Yeah. So at this point, I have a shield advantage. And what I also noticed is that he switched. He didn't switch, but he threw first, which means that he has something that's weak to Medicham at the back. So I kind of knew, okay, this is an Abomasnow at the back. I'm going to shield and protect my Stunfisk, and he can try to do whatever he wants, and I'm just going to come out on top. Of course, unfortunately, this doesn't KO.
Yeah, and the shadows are obviously the damage hits a little bit harder. I think in the normal scenarios that we learned in the Sunrise Cup that a Shadow Abomasnow can take on a Galarian Stunfisk. So.
Exactly. So here I let it go to farm down, and I know that
you're really banking on this dynamic punch on the Frostlass here.
Of course, just watch what should happen. This could be an avalanche. It probably is, but I don't want to take a chance. And now I know it's energy drive. It takes 6 powder snows. I think it'll take 5 because this is the third avalanche, and I know I'm just gonna counter it down.
That is a fun thing to see and a great feeling, I'm sure, as the Medicham being able to counter down a Frostlass.
Yeah. So yeah, and another thing that you might have noticed is that if he does not bring his crafty, Frostlass, Lapras is a very good safe swap. It can pick up all of the matchups in his team.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Okay, so what are your thoughts? Second game here. Second verse, same as the first.
Yeah. I thought he would change his lead, but he didn't. This time he was quicker on the swap. But I still got a 1 eye shot advantage. Same gameplay, I think. I might shield this time. I'm not sure because I don't have as much advantage. But I'm going to go double surf and hope he shields. If he doesn't shield, great.
Yeah, if he doesn't shield, it's gone anyway. So
yeah, exactly. So one more could be CMP. I think this one. I am not sure. Let's see. Oh, he lets it go. This is brilliant for me. Yeah. So at this point, I'm just going to be like, oh, great. You're going to bring your Frostlass or Abomasnow. I don't really mind. I'm just going to let the Lapras go. I count here, and I know he's 1 away from a Shadow Ball. And my game plan was, okay, I don't really mind. You land a Shadow Ball, you land a Shadow Ball. You land an Avalanche, you land an Avalanche. I have a perfect counter for you at the back.
For both things now. So
yeah, exactly. And he goes for an Avalanche.
See, this is why I hate baiting a lot of times, because sometimes the payoff is not worth it.
Yeah, and you cannot farm down a Lapras.
No way.
So he has to throw his energy. So now he's down a shield. He has no energy, and he's gonna see my Stunfisk. At this point, I'm just gonna save 2 shields for my Medicham, or just I could have shared 2 shields. It would have been an easier matchup, but.
Like to give yourself a challenge?
It's probably a mistake. And I see Abomasnow and it's like, okay, great, this one's done. Yeah.
It's a good shield because the weather balls, like we said, they still hurt. So
exactly.
And Abomasnow's such a spammy Pokemon.
Yeah. And I know at this point that even if he lands an energy ball, it's not going to KO. I don't want to give him any extra powder snows, so I just go for the straight counter down.
Yeah, that's smart. You know you're going to get there. And
yeah, exactly. No point giving me extra powder snows and then suddenly I get hit by 2 weather balls. Not fun.
All right, so that's 2 wins. And this is like what I was talking about earlier with even though you have 2 wins, the pressure is not necessarily off because, we still need more wins to be able to advance to the next round.
And usually what I do is if I win 2 games in a row, I like to experiment on the third just to see if some other line that I played would have worked against the double, the double ice. Basically, experiment.
So let's see. This time, so that's interesting strategy on his part too, that he led Frostlass every single round, I believe. So.
Yeah, I think he's running the same team. So I go for
to
the
be honest, like sometimes I've done that in tournaments too, where it's like you will basically run the same 3 of your 6. The other ones are just there for bench pressure, but you know a line really well and you know what works for you.
Yeah.
So
I remember, I think I won an EPL tournament 6-0 running the exact same 3 Pokemon for all the games.
really in the same order or just the same 3?
Just flipping up, and maybe I would add 1 or 2, but you know.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It's just like I said, yeah, if you know a line is gonna work, and if it's not broke, why fix it?
Exactly. So
you double frenzied, that Galarian Stunfisk is gone.
Yeah.
But
And
not a lot of I think you're gonna get farmed. Yep.
Yeah. But the good thing is that even if I get farmed, I'm just gonna bring my G-Fisk and.
Ooh, wonderful sack swap there. I was like, why would you bring in the G-Fisk when the Lapras could clearly handle it?
Yeah.
I'll get you.
I want the Obama Snow to be on my G-Fisk because that's a better matchup for me.
Yep. So what are your thoughts here? Even though we might energy ball you, or are you gonna let it?
I'm not. I might shield, but I think that.
Yeah, I think an energy ball probably would have knocked it out. So I mean.
Yeah, put me in the red actually. It doesn't KO, and I think Lapras barely picks up this matchup. I think. But I don't know what happens with the Shadow, but Shadow should hurt more. But I think Lapras barely picks up this matchup or barely loses.
Yep, that takes it out.
Yeah, so I swap immediately, farm a little bit. I don't really mind this, but I made a huge mistake of CMPing here.
Yeah.
I was going to farm down, but then when he didn't throw, I thought I would just click on it, and then I realized his Frost Lasso had too much HP. I was never going to get to another Rock Slide, and even if I did, it would be very close.
1, 2, yeah.
Yeah. So a few more extra taps, if I had done there, I would have been able to pull this off. Because his Frost Lasso Energy Dry Rock Slide is in 5 Mud Shots, Avalanche is in 6.
Yep.
So, yeah.
If you could do that last one over, would you have shielded the Lapras at the beginning with the energy ball? Do you still feel that was the best call, or?
No, I would definitely have shielded the Lapras because it makes more sense. Lapras is tankier. I want him to empty all his energy. If I didn't shield the energy ball, I probably would have survived with 10% HP or something like that, which means it's farm down territory for Obama now. And in the end, I would still have to shield my Stunfisk and back to square one.
That's true. Okay. So yeah, at that point, the only thing you probably could have done was, taken that energy ball, farmed up a little bit extra energy before you threw.
2 Mud Shots would have done it.
Yep. But lesson learned, and overall, not a bad score. Belgium beat Singapore just barely with a 25-23 victory to advance on to the quarterfinals, I believe it was.
Yes, quarterfinals of the World's Tournament, where we faced Germany.
Germany, just the competition of the black, yellow, red flags.
Yeah. Which flag is on the right side? Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope to see you in our January lectures. We have plenty of people coming in, plenty of super qualified people. So even I think I'm going to learn quite a bit watching their videos. So hope to see you all there.
Yeah, really excited.
Have a great new year.